what's up? This is Brian Pfeiffer, the owner of VegasVIPServices.com. And I'm standing here today in front of Omnia Nightclub. You can kind of see the LED sign in the background. And when we're getting ready to walk in a table here, we're talking about bottle service and guest list, tickets, entry, etc. for Omnia in this video. And when you're getting ready to walk in, look for that big LED sign in the background there. Okay, let me see if I can get you. There you go. That's the VIP table entry right there. You look for that big sign inside the Caesars here. I'm actually inside the sports book over here, and you can see all the TVs behind me and whatnot. But this is the area where Omnia is inside the Caesars. It's a big hotel, big casino, and it's kind of hard to find for some people. There's also going to be like a tickets, typically on the weekends, this area over here, next to the poker room over here, is where they line up the ticket buyers, and then they have kind of a ticket line that wraps around over here. And then on the other side, I'll flash it up here, the guest list. That's typically a line that goes out the door, onto the concrete outside, and can wrap around the building on busier nights. They have big DJs here like Martin Garrix, Steve Aoki, Kascade's another one of the big hitters, Illenium. He's also a big hitter these days after he's had several big tracks come out recently. Dress code here, obviously, guys, it's an upscale club. You're going to want to dress nice. There's not going to be no Timberlands, no Jordans, no hats. They don't want any of that kind of stuff here. You got to wear nice pants, nice shoes, jeans without rips, nice jeans, no t-shirts. You want to wear like a collared shirt of some sort, like a button down. Nice V-neck is fine. Women, obviously, you can dress kind of how you want. Obviously, women know how to dress typically when you come out to Las Vegas, so you want to look pretty, look the part. It's an upscale club, so abide by the upscale rules. As far as security goes, they actually have a pretty loose security here. It's not like they search your pockets too much here. Basically, you just got to pass by this metal detector now, and if it turns red, they do a little search more of you. If it's green, you're good to go. They just let you walk right in, which is kind of nice. That's new. That's been implemented recently in Las Vegas. Here at Omnia, it was a little bit more strict before. Obviously, you got to pass your ID. You got to have a valid form of ID. There's no you can't have any, like if you're from out of town and you got a passport, bring that, because regular forms of ID, like a regular driver's license from, somewhere besides, the United States, sometimes doesn't work here. So bring your passport. That's important. Now let's talk about the bottle service here. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you're probably interested more in the bottle service at Omnia. So let's start with the main room and talk about the tables in the main room. Obviously, there's a lot of different options, and Omnia's got probably some of the best tables, arguably, in the whole world. Okay, the chandelier setup in the main room is just absolutely insane. The vibe, the energy, the sound system, it's second to none. Okay, Omnia's probably arguably the best club in Las Vegas, maybe even in the world. All right, so let's talk about the tables. Obviously, if we're going to start at the top here, you want to look at your dance floor tables. Those are going to be expensive, generally anywhere from $7,500 up to $15K mins, depending on the night and the big weekend and whatnot. The dance floor tables are fantastic. They're large. You can fit 20 plus people on them, and they're awesome. Okay, I think there's 4 dance floor tables on each side, and then there's kind of like an owner's table that they split up into 2 a lot of times. Okay, table 15 is the owner's table. Behind that is the upper dance floor tables. Those are also really good tables. Generally, you can put about 15 or 20 people in those tables as well, and they're just a step down from the dance floor tables, but they're also very nice tables. And behind those is going to be your third row tables. My favorite 2 third row tables are 31 and 36. I sell those a lot. It's nice value. You get a third row table price. Usually you have to tip a little bit, but you get that table. It's almost as nice as a regular like upper dance floor table, but it's on the third row, right by the traffic. There's one right by the bathroom. There's a ton of traffic. There's one on the other side with a ton of traffic. Right in the walkway, so it's easy to meet girls or guys. And then there's I think there's 3 tables, maybe 4 tables, third rows between 31 and 36 on the outer skirts. And then there's also tables behind the DJ. There's basically 2 large tables right behind the DJ. There's an area right behind the DJ that's kind of for the DJ's crew and whatnot. That's not really for sale typically. But there's tables 1 and 2 behind the DJ. And a lot of times on most nights they split them up into 1A and 1B and 2A and 2B. Like tonight I had a customer, we did 1A, I think we were on 1A. So it was actually a really nice table right behind the DJ. Those are considered like upper dance floor table pricing. And then there's some third row tables behind them. I want to say there's like 4 back there, and those are the same prices as the third row tables. Now there's also a table to the right and to the left of the DJ, and those tables are large. You could probably fit about 25 people on those tables, and they're actually pretty darn good tables. Generally they go for about the price of an upper dance floor. Okay, and so that is the main floor of the main room. Those are your options. And then if you go upstairs, we have 2 skyboxes, Skybox 1 and Skybox 2 on the right and the left, and then there's balcony tables. There's large balcony tables, which are the odd numbers, and the even balcony tables are the small balcony tables. tables, okay? So there's a good amount of balcony tables around there. They overlook the whole club. You got a nice view of the chandelier show, and it gets pretty packed up there, especially on the weekends. It's definitely good tables, okay? So that is pretty much your main room options, okay? Then you're gonna go over to the Heart room, which is your hip hop room, okay? The Heart of Omnia generally always plays hip hop. On Tuesdays it's popping. I was just in there. It's jam-packed. It's usually packed on Fridays and Saturdays as well. You have your own DJ in there, its own music. There's several dance floor tables. I think there's 3 on the right, 3 on the left, and then there's an owner's table in the middle, which is also considered a dance floor table, and they break that into 2. So a bigger group could take the whole thing, pay a little bit more, and then they can split it up into 2 and just have, basically 2 additional dance floor tables. And then there's a row of tables behind the dance floor tables on the right and the left and in the back, and that's kind of like your second row Heart of Omnia tables. And those are usually pretty reasonably priced, and you can get a nice table. And the club's big rectangle, and it's got a nice vibe, nice energy in there, and it's always a good party for the people that do like hip-hop and still want to have the big club feel of Omnia in the other room, and then the outside part is generally a deep house on the terrace. So like tonight is a Tuesday. It's not busy enough to have the terrace open or the balcony, so those 2 are closed, but on some Tuesdays, depending on how busy it is, they might be open, okay? On the weekends are always open, terrace, balcony, everything, all right? So next stop on the club, basically the 3 clubs in the one here at Omnia, is the Terrace, and up on the terrace we have the strip view terrace tables. Okay, those are your smaller tables, hold maybe 6 to 8 people. You got a view of the strip. They're nice, for getting an open-air view. It's outside, obviously. You get a nice view of the whole strip. And they're just not very big tables, but they are kind of on the dance floor on the terrace, which is actually very nice. Then you have your center terrace tables, and there's a couple really big ones. 334 and 335, I think, are the numbers on the map. And those tables hold, like, up to 20 people. So if your budget's a little tight, but you got a big group, you want to get a table at Omnia, and you want to keep the budget at a reasonable amount, you want a big enough table to hold you guys, 334, 335, usually you can tip and get one of those tables, and they're pretty solid. And then you got the cabanas on the terrace. Okay, the cabanas are against the wall. They're elevated and they overlook the strip as well, and face the DJ and the dance floor. Okay, so basically there's 3 tiers. You got the strip view, the small tier tables, the center tables, which is a step up from there, and I can't remember exactly what they call them. Just terrace tables, if you will. And then you got the terrace cabanas. Okay, and the cabanas and the center terrace tables typically go for around the same price. Sometimes they boost up the pricing for the bigger ones a little bit, but for the most part, they all end up being about the same price. So those are your options for Omnia. You got the 3 clubs in one here, which is a really nice setup. And if you have any questions, I'm available. You can go ahead and click the link below. That'll take you to a 3D map. It'll also show you any of the options we have with limo service to get bottle service and get your kind of your entry level tables. If you want something obviously a little bit bigger, you want to get in the main room, that's going to be a custom quote. Generally, depending on the DJ, the pricing changes by the weekend and the DJ. Okay, so I'll be happy to help you guys out. If you have any questions, I'll flash my cell up here. It's 773-459-8133. I'm Brian Pfeiffer, and I'm looking forward to working with you at Omnia in Las Vegas. Talk soon. Bye.